Welcome to Seize the Mains by Malhotra's IS Academy. I'm Surbhi Sirdana and I'm taking this daily answer writing initiative for UPSC and State Civil Services Mains from Monday to Friday at 9 p.m. This is the final day of Season 2 of Seize the Mains. After this lecture, we are stopping for 1 month for prelims break and we'll resume this initiative from June onwards. The schedule will be available very soon. Also, the compilation of entire Seize the Mains Season 1 and Season 2 will be shortly there on our Telegram channel. So, stay tuned. Today is the day of ethics case study. We've come to day 60, been a long way. GS paper 4 ethics case study. We're taking a very simple case study for today so that you just keep in touch before prelims for this mains answer writing initiative. Let's read it out. Okay, first of all, just look at the terms in yellow here. The terms in yellow here indicate the keywords. Whenever you read a case study, in the first reading, just underline what are the important keywords. This will give you a hint what you have to underline in your real exam, on your real question paper. So, when you underline those keywords, you don't have to go through the case study again and again. You can just look at the keywords and continue writing your answer, that what were the problems that had to be addressed in this particular case study. This is a very short case study. In our previous case studies, we have dealt with case studies which were around 150 to 200 words long. They are an essay in themselves. So, we won't be able to read them again and again because time will be very short. So, just look at the yellow things here. First of all, district collector of a city. Second part is polls in a week. Then you have fair elections has been given to you. So, there are, what we can assume is that you are the DC of the city and polls are being held. Elections are coming next week and you are given the in charge of conducting elections, and suddenly your aunt suffers a heart attack. So, there is a personal problem in your life. Now, how will you address it? This should be the question. So, ICU has been mentioned, that shows that your aunt is very critical. The second, the next one is that you are the only child, or you are the only caretaker which can go. You cannot send anyone else. So, that puts a restriction to the number of solutions you can give. Otherwise, this would have been a very easy thing, that I'll send my brother or sister or any other relative, but the case study has mentioned this. So, emergency leave has been rejected. That means you have been stopped from going. So, case studies actually test you about situations where no direct solution is available, and such situations do come in the life of IAS officers, and not just once, twice, but multiple times, many times. And in fact, such questions can be asked to you in the interview also. So, if you are somebody who is preparing for interview, go through a lot of case studies, develop your own solutions to case studies before sitting for your interview. So, now we will give a thorough reading to this case study and see what can be the answer for it. So, you are a district collector of a city which is scheduled to go to polls in a week. The responsibility to conduct fair elections has been given to you. However, suddenly your aunt suffers a heart attack and has to be admitted to a hospital in your home district, which is at a distance of 250 km from the district of your posting. So, this distance has to be kept in mind. 250 km means you cannot just come and go, you can not just go and come, you will have to plan going there, or you can also, if you have to go under the Udan scheme of Government of India, many flights also run into these small districts from one district headquarters to another district headquarters. So, you can give that also as a solution, because 250 kilometers is the area designated for the Udan scheme. So, the doctor informs you that she needs to be shifted to the ICU and her chances of survival are bleak. You are the only child she is dependent upon, as she has no children of her own. Your plea for an emergency leave has been rejected by the Election Commission. What would you do under such circumstances? So, first of all, in every case study, you should write an introduction. Just don't go straight away writing the answer, that what will you do, or I will do this, I will do that. No. Getting good marks in mains, it's not just about writing what you know. It's also about structuring your answer. It's also about making your answer presentable so that the examiner thinks that yes, you are a well organized human being and fit to be an officer. That should reflect in your answer. So, first of all, we'll write a very brief introduction, that civil servants face a lot of situations where personal duties and professional duties. Sorry for the mistake. Here it has to be professional duties. The word has to be professional here, where personal duties and professional duties have to be attended to at the same time. So, don't write the word conflict here, because this is not a conflict of duties, it is just that you have to attend to both the duties at the same time. Don't use the word conflict. This is one such situation. This is one of such situations. What are the ethical dilemmas involved here? As I always say that even if it is not asked in a case study, just try to write the stakeholders involved and the ethical dilemmas involved. The stakeholders here are just, we cannot have any human stakeholders here except you and your aunt. There are just two people involved here, or the third one could be your senior. So, it's not a very good idea to write about stakeholders in this answer, but ethical dilemmas in an ethics question should always be given attention to and a separate part to. So, even if you write just one ethical dilemma, that would be enough. If you think the first one is not good for you or you don't think it is right, delete that or go for the second one. As whatever feels right to you, write that. You can have like 5 to 10 ethical dilemmas also, but that's not possible in the questions that UPSC gives you. So, let's read about the ethical dilemmas here. First of all, it is personal responsibilities versus professional responsibilities. This is something we've given in the introduction also. Secondly, whenever a personal problem arises, whenever somebody close to you is in pain, your emotions suffer. So, personal, and at that time when you are in such an emotional state, doing your duty, doing justice to your duty, and that is the toughest thing, because your mind will always be there with the person who is in pain, the person who is attached to you. So, personal responsibilities versus professional responsibilities, and personal emotions versus duty. You can also rephrase it, paraphrase it in whatever way you write, but make sure that you write these two ethical dilemmas. So, under the given circumstances, what will be your call of action? The call of action should be to balance both of them, because an ideal civil servant does that, balances personal and professional life. So, your solutions in ethics case studies have to be about balancing both the things. So, under the given circumstances, both of them demand my immediate personal attention. I will try to deal with the situation in the following manner. So, you cannot go on leave, but you can definitely go and visit for some time and ensure that the situation is in control. The situation is in control. Whatever the amenities are required by your aunt, they are in place. You can talk to the doctor directly, ensure that a personal nurse is available to her, ensure the best facilities of the district there for her, and connect to her via video calling, WhatsApp or anything like that, or have somebody to connect with that, a personal nurse for example. So, the first one is, I will visit my aunt immediately after work, and then try to come back the very same day. If you are taking this question, if you are writing this answer, just mention that 250 kilometers is not that far, and I'll try to use the fastest mode of transport available. If the Udan flights are there, the flights under this Udan scheme, they are running, so I'll try to take a flight there directly and then try to come back the very same day or next day before my office hours begin. So, I will ask the doctor to keep me updated about my aunt's health. This will go a long way in ensuring that she is healthy, and I shall communicate the same to my seniors. You have to communicate about your absence to your seniors, and not to many people, but at least your seniors, so that they know. Seniors in the government, and request a medical attendant to my aunt. So, that can obviously be requested if the responsibility of entire functioning of elections is on you. So, you are placed at a very high position, and in case of a personal dilemma that you are facing, personal versus professional dilemma that you are facing, a medical attendant can be provided by the government. So, this is very much doable. So, you can request that. Since the distance of hospital is only 250 kilometer, I'll try to pay a visit to my this is again aunt here, so sorry for the corrections, during the lean phases of electoral preparation by taking due permission from election commission. So, lean phases do come in the elections. For example, apart from the voting day, other days are a bit lean. After the voting takes place, that time you can go and come back again. So in your absence, when you are not in the district, how will you ensure that everything goes on smoothly and no chaos is created behind you? So in my absence, to ensure that the elections are conducted peacefully, I'll take the following steps. First of all, you'll have to inform the election commission informed and of the reasons also. After the office hours, obviously you're not given that leave, emergency leave has not been agreed to, so you cannot leave during the office hours, but after the office hours you can leave, and this has to be informed to the election commission. The second one is, I'll ensure that my subordinates and colleagues are aware of their duties. So you'll have to be very disciplined, very organized in dividing duties. No coincidence, no duties should not collide. People should have separate duties ascribed. Everybody should know what they are allocated, and they should do that on time and work so that even in my absence, polls preparation and execution does not suffer. And the most important tip here is that you do not have to inform about your absence to everybody, because chaos will come with that. Just inform the few people who need to know, who compulsorily need to know about your absence. So I will keep only selected colleagues informed of my absence from the city, so that the general assumption keeps prevailing that the district collector is in the city. The last one, this is about what will you do in your absence. I will always be in constant touch with my concerned authorities and with all the stakeholders, your juniors, seniors. If they try to call you, contact you, you'll have to take calls. That is a compulsion. You have to take calls from your seniors when elections are going on. And when you are at work, what will you do for your aunt? You'll have to balance the personal responsibility also. So I'll try to be in touch with my aunt so as to make her feel comfortable. How will you try to be in touch? Telephonic conversation can be there, video conferencing, video calling can be done, or the nurse that is available or the medical attendant that is available, that can be made to conduct such video calls for you. And you can assure your aunt that you will definitely visit her as soon as the elections are over. Obviously, once you become an IAS officer or you go to such a high post, your relatives and your family members must be aware of the kind of duties that are on your shoulders. So they will also understand, and just assure them, just keep them calm by reaffirming that you'll be together soon. So during the telephonic conversation, I'll try to comfort her that she would be well soon, and also assure her that after the elections I'll spend more time with her. I'll try to use technological tools like Skype for video chatting with her on internet so that she feels better. I'll also request the doctors in the district to examine my aunt's case and ensure that she receives the best medical attention and care. So this is kind of a professional thing you can do from your end, so that so as to ensure that everything happens in correct order. So this was about the solutions. This is our last discussion for season 2. It was a very short case study just to keep the minds working about mains answer writing. We'll see you again in June with many new questions, many mock questions, and many detailed strategies how to crack mains. Meanwhile, just focus on prelims, follow the channel, subscribe to the channel for all the initiatives that we have running parallelly for prelims, especially prelim sprint and daily current affairs. So all the best to you. We hope that you crack prelims this year so that we can carry on with the rest of journey together. So see you all in June. Wishing you all the best for your prelims exam, and stay tuned to our channel.